was abandoned by my adoptive parents. My mother died when I was 2 years old. Tony is a 13-year-old boy who was abandoned by his adoptive parents. His mother died in an accident when he was 2 years old, and his father was nowhere to be found. With no one to care for him, Tony was taken to an orphanage. Fortunately, at the age of 4, a couple adopted him. However, after 10 years, they abandoned him again. Confused and unsure of what to do, Tony thought about returning to the orphanage, where he had been cared for as a child. But he didn't know its address, or if it still existed. Feeling lost and wondering how he would survive, Tony walked along the roadside, kicking a stone like a bull. He noticed a restaurant and wondered if they needed employees. Gathering his courage, he entered the restaurant and asked one of the staff if they were hiring. Long story short, Tony was accepted as an extra worker, helping wherever needed. One day, a 50-year-old man came into the restaurant and noticed the busy young worker. He called Tony over and asked, "Aren't you too young to be working? Why aren't you in school?" Tony replied, "I dropped out a month ago. I was abandoned by my adoptive parents. My mother died when I was 2 years old. I lived in an orphanage until I was adopted at 4. After 10 years, they left me with no choice but to work." Unbeknownst to Tony, the man began to cry and said, "Starting tomorrow, you don't have to work anymore. I will take care of you and send you to school."